Hey guys, there's something I've been wanting to do for a while now. There's this, I've pre-ordered The Sims 4. Oh no, don't shoot me, no. And I wanted to go through all of the things that have been removed from Sims 4. I'm coming up, people outside. Okay, I brought the website here where it says 89 missing features from The Sims 4. ts4news.com from a post. There's also a new thing on Reddit here. Let me have a look at Reddit. No family trees. Where else? No, that's it, I think. I think it's just no family trees. Which we'll come to that in a minute. Right, yeah, so let's start from the top, really. The major missing ones here is the no creator style, which is called cast for some reason. Create a style today? Anyway, this is a major drawback, I think. Well, as we all think, really, with this kind of thing. I mean, the whole point of create a style, was that you could have pretty much infinite control of what you did. If you were watching my legacy challenge, I made pretty much everything look like wood. It was brilliant. It made a great aesthetic in my house. So losing that and not being able to use it in any future expansions has pretty much shot themselves in the... Basically, well, even going down all of this news is really saying, we're fucking you over, give us money anyway, lol, 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 lol. Anyway, so no normal careers either, law enforcement, medical business. I'm having a look here, and apparently the only ones for adults is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 careers for adults. Well, what are we? Sims 1 era? Painter, secret agent, author, criminal, astronaut, cook, technology guru, entertainer, and then teens who job as fast food worker, seller, manual worker, barrister, and sitter. Which, that is probably the most disappointing list of careers I have ever seen. I mean, you've got the classic over the top ones like astronaut and criminal, but seller for teens. What the hell is a seller? I know what a seller is. Jesus Christ. But what, door-to-door salesman? All of these look like awful. Awful! And the main drawback here, I think, is the open world. I mean, if you got The Sims 3, everything is open world. Granted, it really did drastically increase loading times, and sometimes didn't get any loading textures at all, so I had to cycle DxTory and all that stuff. But that's not the point, really. I mean, loading screens between each active lot. A neighbourhood has 1 to 5 lots total. I mean, what is the point, really, of even saying it's a neighbourhood? And I, personally, I hated the loading screen between every single lot in The Sims 2. I mean, my computer wasn't the great base. In fact, it was my dad's computer. It wasn't the best in the first place. I'm trying to play on that. I didn't even go out because there wasn't any point. It took forever to get anywhere. So, yeah. Basically, bad thing. No pools. I'm really not particularly bothered about no pools. I mean, it is stupid because there's been pools every other time. And I mean, it's obviously work on the animators department, but there's not all that. I mean, pools pretty bad, but and this next one really has pissed me off. No flat. Everything is flat. Didn't you even get a terrain editor in The Sims 1? The Sims 1. It's like 20 years old now. However long that is. And no story progression. Sims in neighborhood age, but do not have children. Wow. I haven't actually read this list, by the way. I'm just going through it. Sims in neighborhood age, but do not have children. Don't get jobs. Don't move. Don't get married without player intervention. You're just stifling creativity here, EA. Why even bother? And no toddlers. Children babies straight to children. And the babies are shit. Like, they're just basically a placeholder in a crib. Actually, even worse than The Sims 1 Sims. Because The Sims 1 babies were shit and really were not that part of the game, really. It was just tacked on, I think it seems like it. And all you could do is play with them. In fact, that was it! All you could do was play with them. And sometimes they threw up on you, I think, and feed them. Yeah. I mean, even Busting Out had stuff like that. But by the Busting Out babies were the most annoying babies in the world. And no neighborhood creation. Sorry, no neighborhood editing. Can't place or create lots. Only have 2 empty lots at the start of the game. Why? Once again, creativity stifling. I mean, with The Sims 3, you could move plots pretty much everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. And no Mac release of the game, which is a bit of a bummer for Mac people, but really I'm not particularly bothered. This one I particularly want to go through before we do that. Yeah, the miscellaneous crippling game features, 32 executable. Now, I think people are really going overboard of what this is. Lots of games do not have 64-bit versions, and lots of games are fine. In fact, the only game that I know that has a 64-bit version is Thief, the original Crysis, some indie games, like 7 Days to Die, that has them. I don't think many AAA games really have 32 the 64-bit executable. And it says here, if you have more than 4 gigabytes of RAM, then you're crippled. No, that's not how it works. No, you're going overboard here. That's not how it works. Like, it will assign as much memory as it is needed. I had 32 gigabyte of RAM, and because Skyrim doesn't use all of that, it doesn't mean it's crippled. Ugh, Jesus. Anyway, let's go back. Right, major crippling limiting features that were in The Sims 3. All buildings on a lot must have the same foundation. Which looks like it means that you can only have one foundation, and it has to be, you can't have a foundation and have somewhere outside that's on a wall, which is dumb, very dumb. And I mean, this might be a byproduct of the new buy build features, which are okay, but And here we go, babies are mere objects, all I'm being through the bassinet. There are no baby objects. Babies can only live their blah blah blah. Stupid, unbelievable. Lack of toddlers. What's the point? Backgrounds, illusions. The buildings in the background are not playable in the game. I mean, we're going back to pretty much like what are they called? Just background eras at the minute, where the backgrounds were just 2D planes with a picture on it. You might as well just go back to the N64 era now. Completely flat lots. Yes, we've said the entire buildable world is completely flat. Fewer floors and levels. Limited to 3. And I'm pretty sure you could actually, I think there was a console command in The Sims 3 that let you change the amount of that. Significantly smaller worlds, 25 lots, less lots compared to 125 lots. And basically it's just stifling creativity here. You've got so many lots that are not in. Smaller lots limited to 50 by 50 rather than 64 by 64. 64 by 64 what? That's not really comparable. But 55 50 arbitrary units, say, and 60. I never really liked the really big lots on The Sims 3. The only reason I'm using it at the minute is because it's a requirement for the Legacy Challenge, which is coming back, by the way, once I come off my hiatus. I'm recording some, so don't worry about it. The map is a one-dimensional picture. I'm not going into physics here, but no. No. Teens are the same height as adults, as they look. Let's have a look at this and look nearly identical. Let's have a look at this. I'm wondering if you can actually change the height of people, or whether we didn't actually see, because I haven't actually played around with the Creator Sim just yet. This picture that it's showing up here is actually a bit weird, because it says that it's all the same height, but that's only because all of the hairs are the same height. Oh, by the way, TS News, for God's sake, get rid of that stupid banner. What is this, 2003? Oh, Christ. Same height. Okay, so other missing gameplay features from 1 to 3. No acne. I mean, it's not really that important, but I suppose for kind of for immersion, that's the word I'm looking for. That was okay. Aliens, I really don't give two shits about aliens. None at all. All of the supernatural bollocks that came to The Sims 3, I would like to turn off, but I'm not entirely sure if turning them off actually deletes the characters or just changes them back into humans, Sims. Because I don't give a shit. I don't care about werewolves. I don't give about zombies. Who cares? You just cashing in on the fucking what is it called? The twice shy bollocks, and no one gives a shit. No one should give a shit. Now, animated hair is where's animated hair? Is that The Sims 3? If it is, I haven't noticed. No aspiration failures. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but if there's no... Can I... The link doesn't work, so I can't check. No babysitters. I think that means, like, you can't call up babysitters. That's a bit silly. What the hell are you going to do? Well, there's no point, actually, is there? Because there's no bloody toddler. So... I guess that's useless, really. Children, I guess you could possibly use. I don't really know. I don't know. It's very silly. I mean, what if the parents want to go out? I mean, it's the same thing as humans, really. What if the kid wants to go? Oh, whatever. No bartender as NPC. Once again, I think this was actually brought in an expansion, so I'm not surprised. No basements is pretty dumb because no one can do that thing where they just put someone in the basement. Really ugly. It's on 4chan. Go and read the green text about it. It's quite funny. No bookstores, which I'm not surprised at considering the neighbourhoods are really small. No bookstores probably means no books to read. Or a different way, I don't know. No burglars is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. They fit in the thing with the PS3, the Sims 3, is that if someone was on the criminal career, they had a chance of actually being the burglar if you were burgled. Brilliant. Well done. And now they've just totally removed that. The use of cars, which I think was brought in with Generations, something like that. Not even as decor. I don't know. I mean, not even as decor. I wouldn't mind a car that you just couldn't drive. It was just there. Sure. I mean, there's no point in having cars in the first place if it's not an open world. Why even bother? No cemeteries is an immersion thing, really. If you can't go visit people who have died, then I'm not really bothered, but still is nice. No cutscenes. I'm assuming cutscenes as in, the pregnancy one where it zooms in onto the belly. That's hit and miss for me. I'm not particularly bothered about it, but it's nice to see that, she's got pregnant. Thank you for the cutscene. I'm just going to press 5, sorry, to come back to where I was. No cleaning skill. I liked the cleaning skill in The Sims 3. I thought it was it was a bit of a weird jump, really, but it kind of made sense because the more clean people do, the better they get at it. No colour wheel is really predefined 20 colours. I mean, it's not hard. It is really, and there's no comfort need. And I'm pretty sure there's no environment need either, no. No curfew for children. That's because this doesn't need a curfew for children because they're not teenagers and they won't be going out. Stupid. No customization removal to tone hair colour. Oh, so no highlights. Great. No dinner proposals, which I mean, assuming is no going out for dinner. Right, that's really dumb. No diseases and an illness. Once again, really dumb. It's not really. It's just no dreams, which I don't really understand. They didn't dream in the first place. Are you assuming the little bobble that comes up saying what they're dreaming about? Yeah. No eyelash length slider. Assuming there's people who give a shit about this. I don't particularly. No favourites. I mean, I like picking them, but did it really do anything? Like at all? I don't really know. And no fears. I don't really know anything about fears, so. No full face makeup, I don't really care about because I don't use them. No garage doors because we don't have cars, so what's the point? No garden over high, which is very silly because it's... Are we going to have plants that actually wither and die? If not, then why bother? No ghosts, once again, don't give a shit. No grocery stores. How is it going to go back to the Sims 1 era where we get something out of the fridge and then it instantly takes money from you, because that's dumb. No male body hair. Well, there is now because there's a mod. No move objects cheat, which... There's been a staple that has the no objects cheat. No newspapers. What? It's God. What? The one thing that you think about in a Sims game. What happens every morning? Every morning, you get a newspaper, and what do you have to do at night? Pull them onto the dustbin. Oh, stupid. No, a pasty slider for makeup, which is once again something that could be easily implemented. I mean, it's just an alpha channel. It's really... And no party invitations for other Sims. Wow. Moving on, I don't want to talk about that one. No private school, which is actually quite stupid, really, because if I want to have kids and want to tell them to piss off, then sure. No rabbit holes, which I find people to be on and off with the rabbit holes things, because some people like rabbit holes and some people don't. I'm a fan of rabbit holes because I don't particularly want to make it... I don't want it to be like the Herbs where I have to go and do shit. That's not what The Sims is about, I think. I don't particularly bother about that. Like, there are no hospitals, schools, or buildings. The Sims move off screen for work and schools, which probably means that all of these kind of opportunities from work is not going to be there. Like, say, business. You can't go for a meeting. Or school, you can't do lecture. No random or accidental deaths. Right. Okay. Can you actually send me to the proper one? Starvation, obviously fire, old age, electrocution, and can die from laughter and anger. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That really is. No repairman. Is nothing going to be broken now? What? No repo man? No, actually, the repo man is actually something that would probably happen. I mean, they have said that rather than if you don't play your electricity bill, someone comes and picks shit up, then they will come and actually... No, they don't come at all. They turn off all of the power, which makes a lot of sense, really. No restaurants, which goes back to the having people to join a party to a restaurant. No skin slider, which... Okay. I'm going to assume that means that there's no slider to pick colours, which means you can only have a predefined colour of, say, pale, really pale, tanned, darker, black and all that stuff. No swimming, goes back to the pools. Including no lakes and no fountains. No tragic cloud or social bunny. I don't care because those were stupid. No way to watch a sim commute to work or school. No website for browsing, exchange or store. It's only in game. And no zodiac sign, which I don't care because zodiac is bollocks. I never liked it in the games and it didn't do anything at all. So missing objects from the base games, no bikes, which weirdly comes back to the fact that it's just one lot, so it doesn't matter. No changing tables and no cribs because the babies are just objects. No dishwashers, which I liked. I really liked the addition of dishwashers. It's like that. No high chairs, once again goes back to the toddlers. No hot tubs because probably no swimming. No pool tables. I sure hope they've got something else to entertain, and no trash compactors. Okay. And miscellaneous crippling game features. I've talked about the 32 executable, which people seem to be... fewer traits in Create a Sim. Traits must be unlocked, earned in game, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I can understand if you were going to do this as a console game, but it's not. It's a creative... I mean, console games usually have some sort of goal in mind. These don't. So it's dumb. It's stupid. An incompatible sim point currency. I never use sim points because it's a waste of money. But the Sims 3 store does not work with the Sims 4 store. Which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. They're making just so much... In fact, how many currencies does EA have? They've obviously got the normal currency, which is dollars, pounds, and all that stuff. And then they've got sim points. And then they must have all other stuff for Battlefield and Call of Duty. Is Call of Duty EA? Probably. But let's head on to the still unlikely, but probably true, but still unlikely. Likely true, but unconfirmed. No cashiers, because you can't go anywhere, so what's the point? No creator world, possibly. No exterminators and no swings. Just because we don't know there's no swings doesn't mean there's no. Premium membership required on certain day, blah blah blah. No inheritance. I never understood the inheritance part, to be honest with you, because once a sim died, someone got some money, and I never understood where that came from. So I'm not sure about that. No magazines, I'm assuming is no books. So no pinball machines, which is once again has been a staple diet of the Sims economy, I think there. No way to water flower beds and... Okay, so if that's true, then flower beds and bushes are just going to be they're basically made of plastic. What's the point? And no family trees, which has actually been confirmed now. I don't actually want to talk about that. The family tree is... You can still be brother and sister, but you don't have that little dialogue that comes up saying brother, brother, and then lines. Which I had a lot of... I thought it was quite good. Obviously, some people... This has been on for 22 minutes. I'm so sorry for this wall of talking. Good God. Yeah, family trees. I mean, I'm a big fan of following my family tree. I'm also a big fan of following my family tree on The Sims. It just seems like this is such a cash grab tie-in. I mean, they've said right at the start of this, they were saying, "Oh, this is going to be the best one yet." You know, we're doing so much to the buy and build system, blah 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 blah. And then the more this stuff comes out, the more this is just shit. Really, I'm gonna get a video out as soon as I can. I'm gonna try and get it on release day in America, which is actually 2 days before the release day in England, which is really fucking annoying. It's digital download for Christ's sake, but still. So I apologise for this wall of talking, and these are all my opinions. So you know, you could discuss in the discussing area below. What you think about The Sims 4 and all this shit. I will probably also link this thing in. Link this. You've probably already seen it. Actually, link this article in my description. Yes, that's the one. That's actually right. I don't know what I'll have. I might also post this to the Sims 3, 4, Sims Reddit. I might do. So, I'll see you on the 1st of September when I start doing more videos, and I'll also probably see you on the 4th of September. Well, actually, when does The Sims come out? New Sims 4 Wiki. Electronic Arts announced the game. Oh. So, the 2nd of September or the 5th of September for the UK. Thank you for fucking us in the arse. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to find a way. I think I might remove my... Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I shall see you next time.